This injustice will not be sustained. The pursuit for justice.
Hey God, it don't finally set. That very video where you watch now the snippets moment when they use towing van take to Senator Natasha come on for inside Senate metamorphosis capacity. Right now they don't suspension her for 6 months. They say because she break the Senate code of Kweku's doggy. Sorry, they say she break the Kweku's code of doggy bola. Sorry, I mean they say she break the Senate code of conduct. Say she can't go the entire Senate for the public. Now, person wey be say he cry come out say somebody is trying to vandalize and doggylize Akpeku's, and that person they also the intimidator. Right now, the person now can become accused. Why accused become victim? This is Nigeria for you. Make you not be like say I talk too much. Make you not listen to my brother Inspire Castro Metability. It all set.
Senator Natasha Uttered, the senator representing Kogi Central, has just been suspended by the Nigerian 10th Senate, having presented a petition accusing the Senate President, Honorable Akpabio, of sexual harassment, with another lineup of petition accusing him of cyberbullying, trying to shut her up, from not exercising her legislative function at the Senate. Good people of Nigeria, it was a very sad moment for the fans of Senator Natasha and those who have clamored that intensive investigation be done on this matter. It was a very emotional moment for these people when Natasha uttered her last statement at the Senate. This injustice will not be sustained. Listen to Natasha.
This injustice will not be sustained. The pursuit for justice.
Well, as a background information and to bring many of you up to speed, after Senator Natasha presented her petition yesterday at the Senate, her petition was considered dead on arrival and was dismissed. One of the reasons was that Senator Natasha shouldn't be a signatory to the petition she brought to the Red Chamber after that petition was handed over to the Senate Committee on Ethics and Public Petition. So, after the Senate Committee on Ethics and Public Petition rendered her petition dead on arrival because she was signatory to that petition, she went back to her constituency and got the petition signed by the appropriate persons from her constituency and came forward to represent that very petition to the Senate. But unfortunately, little did she know that a decision has already been reached by the Senate over her suspension on her second appearance. Thereafter, the chairman of the Senate Committee on Ethics and Public Petition, Senator Neda Imasue, who is the senator representing Edo South constituency, gave some recommendation that Senator Natasha be suspended for 6 months, highlighting and stating that Senator Natasha violated the Senate Code of Conduct and other rules, and by implications should back 6 months suspension from the Senate. In fact, he read the condition out to the Senate, and one of the conditions, or part of the conditions, includes that Senator Natasha will not receive any salary for 6 months. All privileges and security attachments to her personality and to her office will be withdrawn, and she would never parade herself as a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria within these 6 months of her suspension. There were other conditions.
Recommends as follows. 1. That the Senate do suspend Senator Natasha Uttered for 6 months for her total violation of the Senate Standing Rules 2023 as amended, for bringing the president, the presiding officer, and the entire Senate in general to public opprobrium. That the Senate do suspend Senator Natasha Uttered with effect from 6 March 2025 from all legislative activities forthwith. 4. That her office be locked up for the duration of her suspension and hand over all Senate properties in her possession to the clerk of the National Assembly.
Now, here are the concerns. Among all the members of the Senate, I think we have about 4 women in the Senate. None of these persons stood up to speak on behalf of this young lady. None of the men, find it interesting to speak out for this young lady. It was only Senator Abamoro from Benue State that pleaded that the suspension duration be reduced from 6 months to 3 months. Well, that is Nigeria. I've always told people, until you have a problem, you have a case with the custodian of the law, that is when you will understand that there is a law in Nigeria that is working. That is when you will know that the law in Nigeria is actually working. But when the reverse is the case, you will continue to be confused and will continually ask yourself, do we actually have a law in this country? Do we actually have a functioning law in this country? The conditions of Natasha's suspension is so huge and so depressing, as one can easily speculate that such conditions of suspension is given so as to suppress her voice, so as to suppress her so deeply and so badly that she will give in to the whims and caprices of this man. I can see that part of the recommendations, for reconsideration for her to come back to the Senate is if she tenders an open apology, to the members of the Senate and all of that. But that is a typical definition of what we see in this country, Nigeria, because we've been following the political terrain of this country for quite some time now, and we can tell you categorically that a lot of injustice is going on in this country, Nigeria. I stand to be corrected. Well, at this point, let's keep the ball rolling and see and understand what happens next. But don't forget to let me know what you think in the comment section and share this video. My another person, Siam. God bless you.
Hey God, finally segemege. It's so very, very unfortunate that the lawmakers have become a lawbreakers. They have become about the metamorphosis in the constitutional metability. See how they quote their court and their constitution. Take they impose what they call injustice on somebody where we say he cry command. And I like the transmittability and the last commentary of the Senator Natasha. He said this injustice cannot be acceptable and can never be entertained. Wallahi talai, this is the highest level of injustice. And thank God, say the whole world, they watch and they see wetin dey happen. And I also thank God, say this one now dey happen to a whole senator of Nigeria. If this one can happen to a senator of Nigeria, then what do you think it go happen to ordinary commoner? Now, this is a total case of a clarification of gang up against this woman. As the whole member of the Senate plenty reach, nobody fit come out to solicit or to even try to even defend this woman. All of them gang up and all of them they look like a buzu mentality of a sit-down look na dog mentality. He don't finally segemege. Bob Marley, he say, how long shall they kill a prophet while we stand aside and look? But little do they know, say if they finish with your prophet, they will definitely get to your tomb. This one are waiting down the Sodobonos and waiting on the Pugongogira in the state of Japajestic Meme. If they happen to A, B go say no concern. If they happen to B, C go say no concern. But the truth of the matter, I be say it go reach everybody. Body woto. Okay, now what is now the difference between the politician and the pastors? When you get fracassi with Nigeria influential pastor, whether now you offend you or now you offend her, or at the end of the day, no matter how you offend the pastor offend you, as far as say he get influence and as far as say he's very, very wealthy, at the end of the day, you will also be the one to tender a public apology to the pastor where he say, now he do you something. They say if person when one fight for you, some people may they beat you. What will you do? You go say, I leave the battle for God. But if you say maybe you go fit be the test, you go for fight the battle by yourself. Right now, right away, Senator Natasha is going to leave the battle for God because he don't finally say Gemede. This is for you to know that how Nigeria don't jagbajastic and locomotive and how Nigeria don't enter the state of Pakororo and Osuegben state of a constituency reach. Now you dey see wetin dey happen so. Instead of them to investigation this matter of Bola and Kpekus, instead of them to really know wetin really transpire transliquid, before you know now, all of them don't gag up. You wasn't there and I wasn't there. This is something that happened between two people. But just because say one person is more superior than the other one, all of them now begin to take side. How do you expect such country to move forward? How do you expect make God not go continue to dey punish this our lucrative and not this our malu on agbada wey dey parade themselves as Nigerian leaders? This is the level, highest level of hypocritically meme. But I thank God once again, say this one dey happen to a whole senator. Senator Natasha, that this one happen to so. If this can happen to that woman, if it happen to me and you, he'll go fight for us. That be say we go leave the fight for God. He don't finally say again. Oh, I leave her for God. Now a way hopeless man till they give himself hope. It don't happen. What a disgrace.